Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today is Technique Tuesday, so I have a technique card to share with you. It is actually called a two-way fold card. So it opens like this, and then it opens this way. Is that not adorable? I just love this. It's so cute, and these are so fun to make, and it really goes together very simply. So this is the card I'm sharing. The one I'm going to do today is going to be real red because I thought we would just change it up a little bit. So this is the card that I'm sharing. Very, very easy to put together. So for this project, you are going to need a card base. This is just a single piece of cardstock. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we're going to mat that, and this is 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then you will need your card, which is right here. And this one is 2 7/8 by 11. And then you're going to score it in half at 5 1/2. So that is going to be your card for the inside. You are going to need the arm piece, and the arm piece is 3/4 by 4. Don't worry about getting all these measurements. I'll put the PDF on my blog. And then this is to mat the arm, and this piece is 3/4 by 4. The arm itself is 1 by 5 1/2, and then you're going to score it at 4 1/4. So I got that backwards. Okay, so don't worry about the measurements. I'll put them all on my blog here. There are quite a few measurements on this card. And then to make it simpler for the front of my card, I'm just using our layered squares. So I am using a scalloped for the card base, the base. And then I'm using a piece of designer series paper for the next piece, and then the sentiment is going on here, and that will be this piece. So this one is probably I'm going to say it's a 2 1/4 inch square. So then if you have the framelits that just layer onto that, it'll make it super easy to put together. All right, we're going to go ahead and cut those out first. Stamp sets that I'm using is the Making Christmas Bright, and if you are doing my 12 weeks of Christmas, you saw the project that I posted Monday was using the same one, and it's so cute. So it's still not too late. We are in week 4 of the 12 weeks of Christmas. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, you can go to my blog at stampingwithamore.com. And on the right hand side it says subscribe to my newsletter, and just put your email address and your name, and you will get these emailed to you each week for the 12 weeks. But like I said, we're in week 4, so you will get from week 4 to 12. And then this one is the Snowflake Sentiment, which I'm using wishing you a season of joy, a season of cheer, but most of all a wonderful year. And that's going to go on the inside of the card. Let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment. This way it'll be easier for me to cut it out with the framelit. So we're going to use real red ink. We're going to do first, May Your Christmas Be, and then we're going to do the bright. I got to get this on straight. So I'd like to line it up with my grid paper. All right. I'm going to stamp that in the center, and then we're going to do the bright. And the other part we'll stamp after we get it cut out. Isn't that pretty writing? I love this stamp set just for that writing alone, but it's really a pretty stamp set. All right, let's grab the Big Shot now. And we're going to try to cut these all out in one run. So we're going to do the sentiment with the smallest one. And then the designer series paper. Let me turn it the other way. Maybe I have better luck running these all through at the same time. And then we're going to do this one. Alright, I think that's going to work. So let's go ahead and send those all through. It's actually so cold in here in Texas today that it is 41 degrees. Last week we had it in the 90s, and I'm not complaining because I love the cooler weather, but we've had so much rain, and the drastic temperature drop has kind of put my poor body in shock. But I am not complaining. My room's so cold, I brought a cup of chai latte, look it right here, into my room so I can sip on it while I'm working. My hands are so cold. Alright, let's put this all together. So I guess we could say we're having coffee together. Oh, let's finish stamping this one first. So we are using, all of these are from the Making Christmas Bright stamp set. I'm going to stamp off, and I'm going to stamp those little stars on there. And I am just stamping off because I don't want it to distract from the sentiment. Alright, so that is it for that part. Now we can attach it, layer these all up. I'm doing it a little bit backwards. Normally I just do the designer series paper on there, but maybe my brain is cold too. Alright, so we're going to layer that on here. Alright, we got that ready. So let's get the rest of the card going here. Alright, so first we're going to mat the designer series paper to our card base. This will fit in a regular card envelope. So we're going to center that as best as you can. Oh my goodness. Don't do that because you got to put the arm on first. And I totally forgot that part. But we're going to lift it very carefully so we can get the arm underneath. Now you want to center the arm. See, it is scored at 4.5. We are going to put snail on that end piece. And you want to center it the best that you can. Line up your little score mark to the edge there. And then you are going to mat it because you don't want to see that there. So that's going to create your little arm. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp the front of this. And again with real red. And these are the little light bulbs. They're so cute. The Christmas lights. And I'm going to stamp that. Hopefully I'm going to get them straight. Sorry if my head gets in the way a little bit. And then down at the bottom here. Look how cute they are. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to flag the end of this arm. And then I'm going to flag also the designer series paper we're going to mat it with. And I think I forgot to cut my pieces. for my little sentiment. You don't even have to do this part I'm going to show next. We're going to go ahead and layer that. Let's do it this way so we get the edge. There we go. So there's your little arm there. We can stamp the inside too while I'm thinking about it. You could do this part after, actually. Your card is pretty flat, so I'm going to just stamp the sentiment on the inside. And then I'm going to have to grab a piece of my real red, and this is for the inside. Now you don't have to put a sentiment on the inside, so I need a piece that's 1.5 by 2 7/8. I like the sentiment on the outside of it. And then I need a piece of Whisper White to stamp the sentiment. It's got to be 1 inch by 2 7/8. And it looks like I didn't get that even. Let me cut another piece here. It moved on me. Yeah, look at that. It's off. Alright, that's much better. And 2 7/8. Okay, sorry I didn't have that ready for you. So then this one we are going to stamp the front here of this inside part. It's this one that says "Friends make the season shine." I'm going to do that in real red also. I just love all the sentiments on this stamp set, and you can use every one of them for this card. First thing, let's mat this first. This is the easiest way to do it. I put a lot of snail on there so you can make sure it's sealed really good. And you're going to center this one also. And make sure your top is at the top. And then what I did here, to make sure that it was level and it was everywhere I wanted it, I actually laid this piece down because I want that to be centered in the middle of this. So I went ahead and set that down like that, and centered it where I wanted it. I mark it really lightly with a pencil because you can go back and erase that later. Then we're going to go ahead and put this piece on and just set it right in between those two lines that you drew. And then we're going to do the sentiment the same way. We're going to put a line here and a line here so that it is behind this arm. And you don't even have to add a sentiment there. I just thought it was a really cute added touch. And you're just going to center that down. And then you see how it's right behind that and you can't see it. So it all looks like it's part of the card. And when you get your front piece on, it's going to hide all that anyway. So if you see any marks, you can erase it. I can't even see the pencil marks that I drew. So I am going to leave it for right now. And we're going to put this piece on. And to do this piece, I'm actually putting the adhesive on the front here. And then we're going to center that in the middle of this piece right here. And that's it. I like the red one too. These are almost my two favorite. Well, I love the cherry cobbler with this shaded spruce. So this opens like that, and then we have our inside sentiment. You can even stamp an extra thing here if you want to make it more interesting, but I think we've got enough on here, but it's super pretty. So that is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the two-way fold card, and they're really fun to make. You need to try it. If you need any supplies, here's my hostess code for this month, and you can go to my blog and shop at stampingwithamore.com. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll catch you next week. I'll see you later. Bye.